We're going to continue shading with colored pencils, and in this drawing design, we are going to be using cool colors. In your sketchbook, you want to put a dot in each of the corners using a regular pencil. We're going to connect those dots with an irregular line. That means we're going to use a curvy, zigzag combination of them, and we're going to connect all 4 dots. When we're done, we're going to have this extraordinary border. Next, we're going to divide the space. I call this bumper cars. You can start at any edge, but you're going to bump off of the edges. So I'm bumping off this edge, going to the top, bumping off that edge, hitting the line, bumping off that edge. Hopefully you've got the gist. So you want to have at least 5 shapes that we're going to be shading into. So let's talk about what a shape is. So most of you have had shapes in math class. You know that you have geometric shapes and you know you have freeform shapes. The definition of a shape is an outline of an area that connects. So if you think about it, you can take a line, and when you bring those 2 points together and connect them, that creates a shape. Shapes, of course, are 2-dimensional and they're flat, but we're going to shade them with colored pencil and make them have dimension. So they'll become 3-dimensional. We are using cool colors right now, so you should kind of have an idea of what your cool color palette is. If not, go back and refer to your color wheel. I'm starting out with a sky blue color. I'm on the side of the pencil. I'm using both a diagonal stroke and circular motions, and I want to put at least 2 layers on this. Now, remember, we've been practicing, and the key here is that we want to start light, and then we want to add and build up the darkness. So the darkness is going to come, the shadow. That's what it's going to be. So now I'm picking up the blue. You don't want to scratch up and down. You want to blend in from the edges, and it's going to go into the light. So you want to make sure you're using the side of the pencil. Again, diagonal strokes or circular motions. If you use vertical strokes or horizontal strokes, then you're going to get scratchiness. We don't want it to look like an outline. We want it to look feathered. So we want the color to fade from light to dark or dark to light, whichever way you're looking. So I'm going to go back and forth. I'm going to use the darker blue. I'm going to use the sky blue. I'm going to add some more dark blue. If I want it even darker, I can go in there and add some violet to the combination as well. But right now, what I'm trying to do is make the shape look more like a form or 3-dimensional. Again, notice that I'm using circular motions. I'm using diagonal marks because I want it to look soft, and I want a shadow. What a shadow does is a shadow sits on a surface. So a shadow is not a hard edge. A shadow is a soft edge that blends or smooths into whatever it is that you are shading. So one of the things I'm going to have to do is I want to shade all the way around the shape because I want the shadow to be all the way around. So in a few minutes, I'm going to take the book up, and I'm going to turn it over so I can get to that other edge easily with my pencil. Again, I'm layering, and I've said to most of you in the class I have a light touch, so I'm having to all right, right now I'm showing you the wrong way. See how I'm using it and I'm pressing it down like an outline? That's not a shadow. So the way that you get rid of that is you have to put the pencil back on the side and you have to use circular motions. So right now what I'm trying to do is to smooth out what I did to show you the incorrect way to blend. So I'm going to have to press a little harder, work a little harder to get that shadow to lay down and be smooth. But it can be done. So if you take your pencil and you go back and forth on it, then you're going to have to work with more circular motions to blend it out. So again, the goal here is when we're shading is we're seeing a darker edging, but it's soft, and then it's blending into the center, and the center is like your highlight. So that's your lightest value. So think about what we just did where we broke it down into the rectangles, and now we want it all to flow together. Here's a really nice example of some cool colors.